couple years ago, Ken, we were at the farm show. We were right here at this Bad Boy booth.
Yep, we were.
And we kept trying to get the sales guy to tell us about the new upcoming Bad Boy tractors.
He was tight-lipped. He would not talk about it, but it was in the works. It was days away from being finalized, apparently. And so we skipped last year.
Yep, couldn't show it last year.
Yep.
We've heard about it online.
Heard about it online.
But here we are, the Bad Boy tractor that's been long awaited.
Right, the newest orange tractor to the market.
Now, this is a fairly large frame 24 horsepower tractor. It's kind of all the rage these days, right?
Yeah, it is, because people want larger tractors, but they don't want the DPF and emission stuff, so the manufacturers are keeping it at 25 horsepower or less. So,
significantly less expensive when you avoid all of that complexity with the DPF.
Correct.
I'll try to put together another episode talking through some of the horsepower issues and the DPF issues at a later point, but for now, there's just understand that there is this kind of cutoff right here at 25 horsepower.
Right.
We see a lot of tractors trying to skate in right below that.
Yeah, tier 4, if I'm correct. Yeah, tier 4
cost
emissions.
reasons. We're trying to stay under that, and nothing different here. So, first impressions. What do you got?
It looks nice. It's a Korean-made tractor, imported, branded by Bad Boy. First impressions of the operator platform. It's got a really nice looking seat.
It looks great.
3-range transmission, which I'm a huge proponent of. Mid PTO. It actually has 3 PTO, 960 RPM PTO, which is interesting.
Interesting. The mid PTO has, clarify this a little bit, the mid PTO has 2 different speeds.
Yeah.
One's a 2500.
Right.
And one is 960.
Right, and both of those are kind of odd for the American market. We're usually at 2,000 or 2,100 for the mid PTO to run mower decks and
then 540 for the rear.
Decks,
so you know it is a little odd in that sense. The loader appears to be standard quick detach, just like most other loaders, right?
Yeah, you have
the
landing feet there. You have to put down first, the parking feet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now this joystick is on the loader mast. It doesn't stick with the loader, but it sticks with the loader mast. This is kind of the standard for an entry-level tractor.
Right. The economy or E-Series. Yeah. John Deere does it. Kubota does it. Yeah. So it's
higher end tractors move this joystick back here.
Right. But it has a lot of complexity and cost when they do that.
It's much more comfortable.
It's back here. Yep. Yep.
So this is an economy tractor. This is an entry-level tractor. Right. You would purchase this tractor if cost is your
main concern.
Right?
So it's hydrostatic transmission. It's not a gear drive. It's twin pedal, like a Deere would be, versus the treadle pedal. A lot of the
Deere,
other
Massey,
imported
Mahindra, nearly everyone except for Kubota has the twin pedal. It does not have a tilt steering wheel.
It does not have split brakes.
The engine is branded by the same manufacturer that imports the tractor. I don't know if I'll say it correctly. It's spelled K-U-K-J-E, Kukje, we think, or something similar to that.
That's what we're going with, I think. Yeah.
And this, I believe, is the same manufacturer that makes the Branson tractor. So I think it's very similar.
That, Tim. Yeah.
Maybe we need to go check out a Branson tractor and see if we see any similarities. You mentioned the position control.
Position control in a 3-point, four-wheel drive. Four-wheel drive. The 3-point, which is too tight to get the camera in here, has pretty nice adjustments on it rather than the turnbuckles a lot of the small subcompacts have. It's got the bars with the holes in it. I'm not sure the term.
Yeah, I can't think of the term either, but we'll show those.
That's a nice setup. A lot of room back there. Has a backhoe. They do have
backhoe
a backhoe
attachment.
For it.
It looks like similar specs. Bucket Dig Force, 2,050 pounds. And it is a subframe mounted backhoe, so it's very, very common in that sense.
Right.
The loader lift capacities are only listed at the pin, so it's really hard to know what the actual loader lift is going to be at the bucket.
Yeah.
But it looks to me to be very similar. I'm guessing somewhere around 800 pounds
and
in
it's
the bucket.
got the skid steer type coupler, the SSQA, which is everybody's going to now, which is good. This one actually has some sort of a manure grapple on it that's made in the USA by Bad Boy. You can maybe see some of their implements in the background that we had done a review on 2 years ago, I guess now. Losing track of time here. Oh, the horn worked, even with the key off.
Yeah, even with the key out. I'd probably get in trouble. All the kids will be here doing that now. Now, we did notice that some of the wiring here looks a little primitive. You see the regular butt splice connectors here.
Right.
And they're quite exposed. So, you know,
Right.
there's some areas here that, you know, just aren't quite as refined, or maybe not quite as reliable as what you might find in
The folding ROPS is a nice touch. A lot of the entry-level tractors don't have a folding ROPS.
Ken, the seat is, well, maybe not made for the cheeseburger lane.
Definitely looks like it could use a little bit better suspension on there.
Yeah, we've seen that on some others. So, hey, that's an introduction. Bad Boy tractors.
Right.
You know, we've never shown a Branson tractor on this channel before.
Is that right? Wow.
Never before. Not really any particular reason why, it just never happened to. Well, I think we have an interesting reason today.
Yes.
This is the exact same tractor we were just looking at.
Yes, this is a carbon copy of the Bad Boy tractor made by Kuchke.
Yep.
Kuchke, which it even says Kuchke right here on the ROPS.
Yeah.
But exactly the same.
We find very little difference. The seat appears to be different. We don't have that cool looking Bad Boy seat.
Right.
I think the Bad Boy seat's a little more comfortable.
Yeah, it definitely has, it's more plush.
Do you bottom
More
out on the
cushion.
seat?
Yes. Yes, no suspension.
That makes me feel better. For a while there, I thought it was just my cheeseburgers. Again, 24 horsepower. It's identical. Don't need to go through all of it. If you prefer red, or if you have a good Branson dealer, go with the Branson. If you have a Bad Boy dealer that you really like, go with the Bad Boy. You know, while we're here, Ken, why don't we see some of these other Branson tractors? Let's look at this bigger one over here to our right.
Here we have a Branson cab machine, 5520CH cab machine. Very interesting. It has a 4-range hydrostatic transmission. Never seen that before. So we'll go ahead and climb in.
4-cylinder engine, 55 engine horsepower, 43 PTO.
So inside the cab, it's very roomy.
Yeah.
But it's very also primitive too. It's the hydrostatic pedals are very uncomfortable to operate. Even just sitting here, I couldn't imagine trying to do a lot of work with that.
Yeah, we have a lot of debate, of course, about using the twin touch or using a treadle pedal.
Right.
This is a twin touch, and yet it still feels pretty awkward.
Yeah, the pedals are very far apart, so you can't and they're very high. You can't comfortably just rotate your heel side to side to get to each pedal.
Yeah, the whole advantage of the twin touch is to be able to leave your heel on the floorboard and be able to quickly go back. And with this one, you can't do it.
My entire foot, which is pretty large, just goes right between the pedals. You can see how far apart they are. Does have a tilt wheel.
A little bit.
A little bit. No armrest. So
the joystick is on the fender. I mean, they have to do that when they do a cab. But it looks like, at least with your arm, it's a little bit too far forward.
Yeah, definitely reaching up there. And there's, again, no armrest. I'd want to put my arm there, but it turns on the it turns on the 4-way flashers when I do that. But other than that,
two rear hydraulic outlets.
2 rear hydraulics.
I think from a raw feature standpoint, it's going to be right up there with everybody else.
Right.
A lot of features. Wipers on the front and the rear.
Yeah, and front and rear work lights, looks like.
Of course, it's air conditioned.
You see, now this is interesting. These look like controls right out of some type of automobile.
Yeah, very nice air conditioner controls. Yeah. The seat is suspension.
Yes. Yep, speakers, stereo speakers. Yeah. Suspension seat, adjustable. I don't know if it's air, but mechanical. 4-wheel drive lever. PTO lever.
Nice big differential lock.
Yep, differential lock.
This is Kelly from Branson Tractors. I have one difficult question. How do I pronounce the word K-U-K-J-E?
Kuchke.
Okay, so we were right.
Kuchke.
Okay.
We were right. The
Kuchke.
International scholars that we are.
Yes.
So Kuchke is kind of makes, I mean, that's the parent company here.
That's
at
our
Branson.
parent company.
Okay.
They are parent companies to Branson as well as TYM. You will have some Coupe J motors engines in the tractors, and some Yanmar engines in the tractors, depending on which model it is. But we actually have some Coupe J people here at the show with research and development, and we're glad that they're here because they like to see everything else going on to make sure that we stay up with the times, stay up with the trends, and make sure that we're touching what the hobby farmer actually needs on their farm.
Okay. Are there significant differences between the TYM branded tractor and the Branson branded tractor? They look a lot different.
They do look a lot different, so cosmetically they are different, but our horsepowers are different as well. The intended purpose for several of the tractors would be different because your horsepowers are different. Some of the features are different. Your base models are the same, but like on each of our tractors, on our ROP spanners, you'll see what they can actually do, their horsepowers and things, and their tractors will be different in the areas that they serve.
Okay.
We have a bigger tractor, we have a more powerful tractor. They have other strengths as well.
She works for Branson.
I work for Branson.
Yeah.
Let's go Branson.
I like that.
That's great.
We're here with Billy. He's an expert on these Branson compact tractors, and this one kind of intrigues me. It goes along the line of what we were speaking with a few minutes ago. This tractor's big.
It is big.
But it's still sub 25 horsepower.
Correct. Yeah, this is our best seller, the 2515, 25 horsepower. It has a very wide footprint. It has the highest lift capacity in its class. Obviously, this one doesn't have a loader, but the loader lift capacity is 2,200 pounds, which is class leading. It's a very heavy tractor, which is what Branson is known for. Cast iron axles, cast iron transmission housing. Very nice tractor, #1 seller for Branson.
It's fascinating. Because of these Tier 4 rules, we have a bigger and bigger machines trying to squeeze under that 25 horsepower. It makes them simpler, it makes them less expensive, and so we see why people are doing that. It is a little bit of a struggle. You have to compromise. The horsepower will hardly be enough for this machine, but it's an excellent compromise for apparently a lot of Branson customers.
It is. Hobby farmers, people that want to have horses or cattle. This loader will obviously lift a round bale of hay. It's very heavy in the back, so it doesn't tip. Most people do fill the rear tires, of course, to help balance that out. But again, it's just a great size tractor. It has a wide platform, comfortable operator station.
Now, when we talk about that 2,200 pound lift capacity, that's at the pen. You won't see quite 2,200 pounds in your actual experience because you're forward of the pen by probably 20 inches or so. So it'll probably be somewhere around 1,800 pounds you might get in actual capacity in your loader. But that's still an enormous amount of capacity for a tractor of this size and this cost. What is the rough pricing on this tractor?
MSRP on this tractor with the loader is around $24,900.
Yeah, it's going to be a very cost-effective machine.
Yes.
Thanks, Billy.
Thank you.
Ken, you've already got the hat. Are you a convert?
I got the hat. I'm a convert. I'm sold.
That's what you need. A big red tractor.
Big red 25 horsepower tractor. The loader lift was definitely impressive on it. I could definitely use that moving pallets around.
Yeah. It is a very large tractor for a 25 horsepower tractor.
Yeah, that's definitely impressive specs.
Interesting compromise. The only problem I have is I just wish the government hadn't put us in this situation where we have to stay below 25 horsepower on these.
Absolutely. And the
oh, come on. We have the kids everywhere. I promise you there's a lot more that we got to see here at the show. We're just getting started. But that's enough for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim. Land that drinks in the rain, often falling on it, and that produces a crop useful to those for whom it is farmed, receives the blessing of God.